Ukraine's official Twitter account has trolled Vladimir Putin over his real fears of human rights, press freedom and free elections. In the meme shared online, Ukraine compares itself and NATO to a timid dog compared to the wild beasts of Putin's genuine enemies. The photo was posted amid increasing tensions between Moscow and Kiev, with Putin trying to block Ukraine's membership of NATO. Ramping up the fears today, the Kremlin warned the world is heading for a new Cuban Missile Crisis if the West fails to deal with Russia's security demands here and now. Meanwhile, Putin's troops are carrying out a new round of major military exercises in an evident bid to warn NATO of the seriousness of the situation ahead of the new year. Videos showed the latest Russian drills, some close to Ukraine, amid fears Putin will invade if the West fails to meet his demands. Hawkish Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov denied he was exaggerating in comparing the current crisis to the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. "No, not too much," he said in an interview with Ms. Junarodnaya Zhizn magazine when asked if his comparison was too much. There are fears a war could erupt between Russia and Western ally Ukraine in the coming weeks. Ryabkov appeared to rule out a Russian compromise on seeking cast-iron guarantees that Ukraine would not join NATO, and promises not to deploy strike weapons in Eastern European countries which are members of the Western Alliance. "I call on everyone considering this topic publicly to think whether it is shameful for Russia to meet Western ultimatum demands halfway," he said. And he made clear that if we cannot do it through diplomacy, then open questions will emerge: what are further steps and what should we do? "We are against escalation, we are against conflicts, we do not draw lines in the sand, just the logic itself leads us to say that we are not ready to make peace with the current situation." He warned, "We can no longer postpone, let's deal with this serious issue, here and now." He insisted, "We must put an end to the expansion of NATO, NATO infrastructure, NATO capabilities further east." "We must exclude Ukraine from joining NATO." His words amplified Putin's insistence on Russian TV that "I want everyone to realize, both in our country and abroad, I want our partners to understand one thing. It's not that we don't want anyone to cross a certain line. It's that we have nowhere to retreat now." "They have pressed us against such a line. We have nowhere to go." "Like I said, they will deliver missile systems to Ukraine, 4 to 5 minutes flying time to Moscow." "Well, where shall we move now?" It's just that they've brought us to the state where we must tell them, stop. That's what it is. Exercises in Russia's western military district involved drills to repel a massive airstrike by a simulated enemy on strategic facilities of the district, according to TVA Zvezda, owned by the Defense Ministry. Around 1,000 servicemen took part in the war games, which included repulsing an attack by enemy reconnaissance and sabotage groups. Weapons deployed were modern anti-aircraft missile systems S-300 volts, Tor-M2 and portable anti-aircraft missile systems IGLA, said reports. Footage also appeared to show the Buchem-3 surface-to-air missile system. Nearly 200 units of weapons, military and special equipment were involved. Video showed the war games, said reports, which came despite an announcement that some 10,000 troops have left the Ukrainian border area ahead of Russia's 10-day New Year holiday. Russia also said that 500 reconnaissance officers had conducted live-fire exercises in Rostov region, which borders Ukraine. The servicemen fired standard weapons at targets simulating the enemy's military equipment and manpower. During the exercise, servicemen carried out live-fire training with all types of standard small arms, and rehearsed Army tactical shooting skills. Severe weather conditions did not affect the training process, said a statement from the country's Southern Military Command. Fire training is the basis of combat training for reconnaissance units and is carried out in any weather and terrain. Recent drills have been held in Krasnodar region, which shares a border with Ukraine, and Crimea, annexed in 2014 from Kiev. These involved paratroopers from the Novorossiysk Airborne Division with more than 1,200 servicemen involved. Putin ally Ramzan Kadyrov, head of the oil-rich Chechen Republic, indicated forces from his region were ready to go into Ukraine if the Kremlin gave the order. With Kiev's existence, there is always a place for the West to deploy its military bases there and to dictate their demands in regard to our country, he said. I am positive that our president would not allow it. We, Chechnya, are ready to act as an infantry force to be deployed anywhere and accomplish orders without any problems. Russia also sent 2 new warships from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea: Georgy Kurbatov minesweeper and the Vsevolod Bobrov logistics support vessel. Both have passed the Strait of Gibraltar en route to the Black Sea, seen as the epicenter of the new geopolitical crisis. In Buryatia region, Russian forces drilled with Masta-S self-propelled howitzers, according to further video footage. Advertisement.